Number in number 5, we're going to practice this as if we're taking a question from an advanced placement test, and so we're not asked to show all of the algebra in order to achieve the correct answer. A student returned from fall break with pink eye, and the number of infected students as the days go on is given in the following table. So I've cleared my calculator. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go up to stat and press enter, and then I'm going to press pause. Plugging in the number of days will be my x, and the number of students will be my y. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my stat plot, and I'm going to adjust my window. So my x's are the number of days. I want to go below 2, and I want to go above 10. And when I look at my y values, I want to go below 7 and above 49, so maybe 0 to 60. Now let's take a look at what this looks like. And now I'm going to compare that. Notice that I saw this steep climb, and now look how it's starting to level off. So when I look at my options, this is looking like a logistic growth model to me, and that's what I believe it's going to be. So I'm going to come back to this question, and I'm going to use the regression model to see if I'm able to calculate that. So I'm going to go to Stat, Calculate, go down to Logistics, which is all the way down to option B. I'm going to press Enter all the way through. Here's where we see our equation. Looks pretty complicated, correct? Let's go back up to y equals, and let's plug that in by hitting bars, going to Statistics, EQ, and Entry. And I can definitely see how we're going to have 2 horizontal asymptotes here, right? So it's going to get closer and closer to that horizontal asymptote as it moves to the right and as it moves to the left. How many students? Let's put a little box around what I'm trying to find. I want to find the number of students. Now, students here, notice, is my y. I don't know the y. I know the x is 20. Now, before I plug in x for 20, I need to go back to Windows and notice that my window does not even allow me to plug in 20, so I need to go beyond that. Let's go to 22. I'm going to do second trace, value, plugging in 20, and I can see that I have an answer here. We'll run it to the closest person of 55. So we can estimate that 55 people will be infected with pink eye by day 20. Let's go to part B. How many days? Please box in what we're trying to find. How many days? Days represents my x's. I don't know my x's. My y is 10. Okay, so I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to go to y, plug in 10, but before I hit graph, I can see that my y, yes, 10 is included there. I'll be just fine. Second trace, let's go to intercept and press enter 3 times, and we can see this is my answer. So the correct answer is 2.8. How many days until 10 people are affected? 2.8 days. So almost toward the end of that second day, we can see that there would be approximately 10 people infected.